I just want to get you to understand Sarah's predicament. Because when you stop having that monthly thing, nothing really is supposed to happen. You're not supposed to be able to give birth anymore because you've lost that capability of the egg dropping. But then it would not quite be a miracle if Sarah was still having her monthly. Sisters, please excuse me. I know I shouldn't go here. It wouldn't be a miracle. So God has to stop the ordinary, natural flow of stuff so you can still see that I'm God. And we say nothing is impossible with God. So God can stop the normal flow and process of things happening and still give you a miracle. Oh, God. And so I guess what I'm saying is that don't give up hope when it looks like there's no way. When your finances is low, don't give up. God is going to still allow you to drive by her house or his house and say, see? You thought when you left me, it was over. But I serve a God who can, when things are not supposed to happen, that's the kind of God that I serve, that he's capable of can I get a witness in here? He's capable of making things happen when they're not supposed to happen. And that's why some of the old folk would say, somehow, God will make a... Oh, God, I just want to talk, but I feel something about to happen in here. Somebody's about to have a retreat this morning. You can't wait till next week. God says your retreat begins right now. Ooh. Stop letting people defeat you by telling you it's over. Stop letting your mistakes of yesterday determine your tomorrow. Just because I messed up yesterday and the year before, it don't mean that it's over with me. God is still able to make a way to perform a miracle. Somebody needs to hear this. I don't know who, but somebody's going through. Somebody needs to hear this. You thought it was all over. But God sent me here this morning to tell you that it's not over. It's not over. It's not. Preach to somebody, say, it's not over. Tell somebody. Not over, not over, not over, not over. How can somebody who can give their husband to another woman? I'm not capable of doing this, and I'm tired of waiting on God, so I'm going to help God. Abe, you go in there and sleep with my servant, my slave girl. The trying of her. But it does not mean she's not, don't write her off so quick. She was still trying to fulfill the mission of God. She didn't know that God didn't need her help. If God makes a promise to you, you're supposed to wait on the promise. A promise don't mean it's coming overnight, otherwise it wouldn't be a promise. God gives you a promise, and then you go through a process while you're waiting on the promise to be fulfilled. And your character is developed while you wait. The victory is in the wait. And some of us give up during the waiting. During the waiting period, we give up and we devise other things. We lose our ability to wait. But there's a praise in the wait. There's worship in the... And sometimes God is watching to see how you wait. What is your attitude while you waiting? Are you waiting with a pruned onion face? Or are you waiting with the faith knowing that God will? He will see me through this. He will get me through this. The reason why I know that she's a woman of faith, because God let the writer of the book of Hebrews to include her in the listing of people of faith. Hebrews chapter 11. By faith, Abel. By faith, Enoch. By faith, Noah. By faith, Abraham. By faith, Isaac. By faith, Jacob. By faith, Joseph. And by faith, Rahab. But the first woman that was mentioned before Rahab was in Hebrews chapter 11, verse 11. Everybody else, it was by faith, by faith, by faith, by faith, by... But when it came to Sarah, it was not. There's a difference in by and through. Thank you. Both by and through are prepositions, but they don't quite have the same significance. How did you get to church this morning? I got here by bus. How did you make the money that you... I got it by marrying a rich man. How do you get to school and to work every morning? I get there by car. And so these people got there by their own faith. And it's not an error when it says that Sarah threw. Everybody else got it? It was by my faith that I arrived at where I'm at. But when you look at the word through, I didn't just get it by automatically. I got my faith by going, help me preach. I didn't have it automatically, but I got it because I had to go through something. And my faith was built up by the process of having to go. And the reason why some of y'all are going through some stuff, and you wonder why you look like you're being picked on, but God is saying, I'm developing your faith, so I got to take you through some stuff in order to develop and build your faith to be. David says, I went through the valley. It's in going through. Some of y'all would not be what you are today had you not gone through something. You are what you are because you went through some stuff. God tried your faith by allowing you to go. And so 1 Peter chapter 1 says, verse 7, that the trying of your faith is more precious than gold, because gold will perish. But God wants to see your praise. He wants to see your honor and the glory when you go through faith. Going through one way and coming out another. When you go through something, you should not come out the same way you went through. Otherwise, what's the point of going through? You know, I don't have too much of a problem if I'm going through for myself. But Sarah's predicament was that she went through because of Abe. Oh, you missed that. God spoke to Abram, and said, leave your kinsmen. So Sarah went to her mother, father, sisters, brothers, and cousins and said, I'm leaving. They said, well, why are you leaving? I don't know. God told Abraham to leave. And it wasn't, in other words, it wasn't by my faith. I went through because I was hanging out with Abraham. And so God said, leave your kindred and go to a land that I'm going to show you. So Sarah's father, being a good father, said, wait a second. You going to follow some dude and you don't know where he's going? You got to be a woman to follow some guy who tells you that a God that you can't see, he can't see, says to go. Well, Abraham, where we going? Honey, I don't know. Just go pack. So here she is packing, not knowing where she's going, but she's packing because God spoke to Abraham, and by faith he moved. So God didn't speak to her, but he spoke to him, and so she went through with sometimes some stuff that you're going through are not necessarily due to you. Oh, God, you missed it. It's because of your affiliation and your association. People will make you go through